Okay, so now that we've talked about how to use functions, let's talk about assignment 6. In this assignment, your goal is to create a function called drawTable that will operate by giving it a number of columns and number of rows as parameters, and it will draw that table using the same script that we developed for assignment 5, except it will use a function to work. So you'll be given this A6 script file, which you really shouldn't have to change much, except to test it out. You can change the numbers here. It's got all the style information in there, and then it links out to an include file, A6 underscore FUNC. I'm going to give you a template for that gets you basically started with a function structure. So your goal is to fill this in using some of the similar code that you developed in the last assignment to draw this grid, and it has to use rows and columns that you supply it as parameters. So right now I have a 3 by 3 table. If I wanted to assign that or change that to a 5 by 7 table, I would just change those numbers and it draws a 5 row by 7 column table. So it still uses the letters and numbers as fill-ins. So you need to learn to convert the number of, or the rows or the columns to letters. And so there are a few problems to solve here, but you have all of the tools so far in the class to solve them. And you can use the rest of it is just creating that function. So if we were doing this in the same file, it would maybe seem a little bit less intimidating, but what I want you to do is only submit this function file so that I can test it in my version of this and make sure that it works. So that's the challenge for A6. Good luck.